Yes, guys, good evening, one and all. Welcome to another edition of the R&R Revelation Show. Slight change to programming. We were due to have a guest on this evening, but unfortunately, nature calls and we've had to reschedule. But we will definitely be getting the guest back on very soon indeed. But never fear, the boys are near. We do have a show for you this evening and some topics to go through. So obviously, as always, guys, get your questions, your comments in. Be sure to get them in, and we'll discuss anything along the way. Of course, I am joined by my brother from another mother, Mr. Reese David Evans. How are you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not bad, all good. Disappointed our guests had to drop out, but other than that, not too bad.
Yeah,
it's frustrating there.
It is, mate. It is a frustrating one. It's one of those things. Unfortunately, I think we've come to terms with that. I mean, we don't tend to get them drop out that often, but getting left on red is an absolute swear word. But it is what it is. But we keep plugging away. So, we'll carry on doing what we're doing, mate. At the end of the day, innit?
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose the main topic we've decided amongst ourselves that we want to discuss this evening is refereeing. I mean, that's a big can of worms getting open in itself. So keen to get people's thoughts on it. We've got a few comments from people who watch other teams and stuff like that as well. So it's clearly not just a Cardiff thing. So yeah, we're keen to discuss that, and obviously anything else along the way. But yeah, so we'll dive straight in then, mate, if you like. I suppose a question I'll chuck to you right off the bat, and this is maybe $1 million question: why do you think the standard has dropped even more so from the Championship?
It's hard to say, I think this whole league system thing for refs is a bit of a joke. I mean, imagine standing out in a very poor pool of performers and then getting promoted off it. It's I don't know what's going on, but the standard is just so inconsistent. That's the worst thing. And it's not just us and tonight. I guess what I say before, and he said if we can try and get different examples from other clubs and stuff as well to show it's not just a Cardiff bias, to show it's not just us saying the refs are poor. And again, we've had loads of replies earlier from different fans saying about different incidents. And I'm trying to remember the last time we had a decent ref, and in my mind, is it Sam Allison?
Yeah.
He did the Watford game like December 29th, 2024 for us against Watford away. And the only thing I thought he should have done was sent off the midfielder loser, who was on his second yellow, but he kept him on. And I thought, you know what? Overall performance was outstanding. I thought he was consistent for both sides. He let the game flow. It seems refs now these days, they're the reason for certain results. It comes across as, it's one of those, right, where Ryan Whittle gets red on the weekend. You see some given. For the first time ever, ref watch, all agree there was a poor decision. But no one sees the elbow on Ryan Whittle from Stockport. No one sees the elbow on Isaac Davis on the weekend. They all miss it somehow. There's instances in games and they all say, oh, well, we didn't see it, therefore we can't do nothing. It's happening so much that they're not... I mean, I think there's a report in January about 13 mistakes VAR's got already wrong this season or the last year. One of them including the game. Was it the Fulham game? Where a player stands on another player's toes just before scoring and it was ruled offside for a foul. Ruled off for a foul. The standards of the country is just so poor. I think VAR's played a big part because it's allowed refs to... If refs are overthinking things, they can just go, I won't call that. VAR will back me up, Ben. And if VAR doesn't, it'll just say, I didn't see it. And because of that, then, I think refs have just dropped the standard a bit. I just think it's so poor, though.
Yeah. And that's it. I think from a Premiership perspective, the VAR and stuff, they're just so self-reliant on it now that you get the impression that they're not even asked to try. Like they don't seem to be bothered to even commit fully to decisions, and then just think, we'll just wait to get corrected on it, or we'll wait for the guys in our caravan to pick it up, sort of thing. And I tell you what really grips my turd is when a player's offside, like without a shadow of a doubt they're offside, and the linesman doesn't put the flag up straight away. Such a petty. Like, what is the need for it? Like, what is the need? What's the need to wait?
So this happened a few years ago in Newcastle. John Joe Selvey broke through. The ref blew for offside. He ignored the ref, carried on, went and scored. And VAR ruled he was onside. So everyone else stopped because the linesman flagged up early. So they made it stop. But the problem is, though, if he is offside, right, and the linesman can't flag it because VAR might get involved, you can legally take the player out, break his leg, and it's not a foul because he was offside to start with.
100%. And that's the concern, mate, is... Right, I'll play devil's advocate. I do understand about letting stuff... Put it on there now. I do understand about, trying to let the game flow and things like that and see what comes to a natural conclusion, etc. But some bugger's going to get hurt. Someone is going to get hurt eventually, and it just goes back to what we're saying, like about the standard. You look at the Robinson, like Dan Robinson incident will live rent free for me the rest of the season. I know I've mentioned we've spoken about it when we were on with Luca, and I think we even brought it up with Lewis in the last week or two. And it's just nuts, mate. It's wild. Someone is going to get seriously hurt eventually.
Yeah, it's again, the rule states, right, that you can, if it's offside, you can literally take the player out. John Pickford did it a couple of years ago. I can't remember who's against. Someone went through it. It might be a Liverpool player. And just takes him player out. He does. Yeah. And then it's straight away, and it's a case of it's offside, nothing given. And it's the standard everywhere has gone so poor. And looking back, though, this started for me a couple of years ago. I just remember Sheffield United, I think it was, against Aston Villa, both fighting relegation. Sheffield United scored a free kick, I think it was. The ball went in. The refs watch, the goal technology didn't go off until half-time. They were in the half-time change rooms, and they was watching off on goal. And then they went, it's too late, I can't give that goal now. That goal would have kept Sheffield United up last season and sent Villa down. And then it was a case of, unfortunately, that's happened. Since then, you've had instances of VAR getting involved, going, you need to check that, you need to check that. And you've seen, like...
No, I mean, 100%. Like, yeah, I completely forgot about that one. I completely forgot about that incident with Sheffield United.
That's the starter for me, I think.
That's nuts. I swear something similar happened with Villa as well not so long ago. And welcome all in the comments, etc. I think that the link has finally been updated, so apologies about that. Simon's fault, trying to sabotage us as always. But you'll never keep us down. Yeah, great. We touched upon it before. The link went out slightly. It's just it blows our mind that the weight and that, and you can any man and their dog could see. My daughter could probably call that as an offside, and they still just let him carry on. But it's not going to change, mate. I don't think personally until excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't think it's going to change until someone actually hurts themselves. And then they'll be like, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't do that." But then again, having said that, going back, flip-flopping back and forth as always, as I do. I'm sure it was Van Dijk, wasn't it? That one with Everton. I'm sure it was Van Dijk who got injured by Pickford, and he was out for several months because of it. I could be wrong. Someone might correct me, but I'm sure that was that same incident. But it's just nuts, mate. It's absolutely nuts. What was I going to say?
But then, just think, right? Some of the decisions, right? So some of the decisions the refs are making, right? And it's not just them; it's the match officials. We played Rotherham for a massive 6-pointer a couple of years ago. Right, we were winning half time. Rotherham fans realize, Rotherham staff realise they can start flooding the pitch to get the game called off. We've all seen the videos of them pushing water on the pitch. Put it on it. Howard Webb is in the stands, a non-Rotherham fan. He advised them to call the game off. How is that not interfering? Things like that happening, right? You hear now, Premier League ref has a bad weekend. He's been demoted for a week to the Championship. What's that say the Championship? You can have our failures, you can have them for a bit. Do you know what I mean? It's just
They should be taken out of the limelight altogether at that stage. Like, it should always be like, okay, I get it where, okay, it's not so much reserve team football anymore, but like a player was in a bad run of form, they get dropped to the reserves, etc., something like that. But there's so much more on the line. Like, just because you're not in the Premiership doesn't mean your shit don't stink. Like, this stuff actually happens beyond the Premiership, beyond the Championship, and so forth. Like, there's still players and people's livelihoods that goes into it, whether you're a player, a staff member, a cook, a cleaner at the club. These decisions can have repercussions throughout. And I agree, mate. You can't demoting them like that. Shouldn't be the case. It should be a case of they go back to school somewhat, and they have to learn and pick up and reassess what the hell went wrong. It shouldn't be a demotion, because it's not fair on the clubs in the Championship and beyond to pick up the shit from their poor decisions. Like that's not a punishment for me. It's a punishment to the teams in that division.
Like, I totally get, right, that it's the most high-profile job in football, let's be honest, because you get something wrong, you're hounded for it. I totally get that, right? However, it's the inconsistency for me. If you're going to get something wrong, get it wrong for both sides. Be consistent with it. The fact you see some weeks something given for handball, and a week later you don't see it given for handball. You see some things given for a foul, you don't see other things given for a foul. The inconsistencies are just baffling. And again, it's always the case of we didn't see that, so we can't do nothing. And then after games, there's silence on the refs. They all close ranks. Come out, release the match report. The referee did not see instant A, B, or C. And what can we do to make sure in future we've got him, the assistant, or one of the fourth officials watching it? Because it's just, I got an example, right? So we played Leighton Orient, I think it was, earlier this season, right? I put in the thing earlier. The ball's on the right-hand side now, directly in front of the linesman. Kapakiao wins the ball back. The linesman doesn't flag it. The linesman keeps his flag down. So the linesman doesn't think it's a foul. The referee who's on the other side of the pitch blows up straight away and gives a free kick against us. How he sees it, I have no idea. The linesman's there, he hasn't flagged for it. Kept his flag down. I thought it was fair. 10 minutes later then, Keane Ashford has the ball. He gets taken out. The linesman puts his flag up for a free kick. The referee shakes his head and goes, carry on. The referee's the other side of the pitch. How is he seeing these things? And why is he overruling the linesman? The linesman's dead right in front of it. He's there to help you. And you're ignoring his advice now. You see that? Perry and G taken out in the box. How was that not a penalty? Salek, it's got to be sustained pulling. He's getting dragged left, right, and centre. But you see on the weekend, Wintle touches the shoulder of a player who looks like he's been shot by a sniper somewhere. He's on the floor rolling around, straight red card. The ref can't wait to get it out. And like I said earlier, even Ref Watch on Sky Sports, I mean, even they said it's a bad decision. And how often do they ever criticise the referees? Never. They defend it to the death. Even they said it's a bad decision. But we could appeal that now, and we know it'd get rejected because they'd back the ref. It's disgraceful. But no one sees the elbow on Isaac. No one sees the elbow on Salek or Wintle the other week. It's all... And again, it's not just our games. Like Barnsley Bolton. I don't know if you've seen the instant. Keeper picks the ball up outside the box. He's literally holding the ball outside the box. No one sees it. No one notices it. No one blows up. Carry on. Like it's not just our games. Like we spoke to other fans of other clubs. Luca from Stevenage. I've asked him about it. And he said on Saturday there are 2 goals ruled out perfectly fine. One was an edge handball, which hit Kemp's chest, and another one for the left back, which is later been proved to be onside, even though they tried keeping off all the highlights to save themselves the embarrassment. Yeah. Do you mean it's like it's just so poor? I just don't understand. The only thing I think of, right, that they can get to make it better now is every single professional referee is in a hat, and every Saturday or every Tuesday it gets randomised where they go for that game. So all of a sudden, who's the top referee now? I can't think of the name now.
Is it Michael Oliver?
Is it Michael Oliver? He could be sent down to Newport, Colchester, for example, and a League Two ref could be sent to the Premier League. One, it's got to give them exposure. Two, they've got to make sure they're on the top of the game. There's no getting around it. I mean, that way, there's no just like, in a bad game, drop him a division. It's next week, he could be back in the Premiership.
And I tell you what, though, mate, as much as I love that idea, how many of those Premier League referees, I'm not saying all of them, but how many of those Premier League referees will go to that League Two game and be like, do you know who I am? I've reffed Manchester derbies and things like that. Not physically out loud, but they'll make that game all about themselves.
I would have agreed a few years ago, but looking at how refereeing has gone in this country over the last 20 years, refs used to have character. Referees had a personality. They're all so robotic now. Like any sort of personality has been taken out of them. They're all so robotic. They might go and think like that, but as long as they're consistent in the game, people probably won't complain. It's just a case of you've got to try and get exposure at other levels, because again, refs in League Two and lines in League Two are making some basic mistakes that should be happening in football.
100%, mate. You could say hello, you. Got refereeing. Right. I'm just going to jump to the comms real quick. So there was one. I want to follow up on it. And I can't think. I got distracted. Welcome, John, mate. Need to train people in VAR. Sure, you don't need. Yes, this is what I want to speak about, actually. Did you see? I think it was a few weeks ago now. The ref where it was a Man City game. I can't remember who they played against, but the ref, I think it must have been his debut, and he went against what VAR suggested. I think VAR suggested like something towards Man City, whether it was a penalty or give a goal or something like that. But but the referee went against him, which was bold. Never happens, because whenever you see, when VAR always go, right, I suggest you go and look at this, I think you've messed up, sort of thing. It's like 9 times out of 10 is, oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, VAR, you're right. That's penalties or goals, offside, whatever it may be. But the ref didn't do that. He stuck by his guns, stuck to his decision. And then after the game, you got Pep Guardiola, who's probably one of the biggest names in football management at the moment. And he literally slagged off the referee in some way, shape, or form. And I mean, what does that tell you? Like, I mean, I back that referee for doing that, because that's strong and bold. And to get shot down and poo-pooed by someone like Pep Guardiola, I think is disgusting, to be honest. It's stuff like that then that makes you think, if I'm a referee, am I going to think twice about going against VAR in the future because I'm getting outed like that by managers? Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that was poor from him.
Fulham, I think it was Chelsea. Fulham score a perfectly legal goal. VAR gets involved because a player stood on someone's toes trying to do a bit of skill or something, and the VAR says it's not a goal. VAR apologises. How many times we hear letters get sent out to managers apologising for mistakes? And I think it's done about it. Like VAR, I mean, do you watch Liverpool Man City fight last 5 minutes of that game?
Oh, mate, yeah.
Right? Why VAR doesn't need to get involved there? I get it, right? So you either give the goal and keep the player on, or send the player off and take the goal away. Like, Liverpool lost that game, and like, a goal is a massive thing. But for me, Szoboszlai fouls Haaland fouls him back, but the ball goes in. So either way, I just think it's a goal. They both foul each other.
There's like playing advantage. They're not classes the epitome of playing advantage.
Exactly.
Isn't that what playing advantage is? Like to see if something happens afterwards, which it did.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
I don't get that.
Just the whole thing of football is ruined. I totally get. I used to get offsides. I used to think, right, that'll be good because players, Azpilicueta's about 2 yards offside playing against us, right? I totally get that. But then when you see it's like his nose was offside, therefore he's offside. Now he's got an erection, that's offside, therefore he's offside. There's stupid things they get flagged for offside for now. You can imagine Peter Crouch, if he leaned forward, he classes offside. Doesn't matter if his legs are standing behind the last defender, he's leaning forward, therefore that body passes offside. It's ridiculous, it is. How can you just keep doing that? And honestly, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it anymore. I think it's just gone too far off.
Oh, it's dropping now. I know. I think the VAR's not a problem so much, mate. Like VAR is decent, but it's just the absolute melts to run it. Because you look at VAR across other countries and things like that, and it works like a treat. Quick decisions, correct decisions. Not always, mistakes do still happen. But the standard is so much better in other countries compared to where we're at. Could you imagine VAR in League One? Could you imagine how bad that would be?
But then I was thinking this, like, there was, I can't remember what Danny Murphy might have been. He was saying about every season now, the FA rewrite the rules on certain things, on certain laws. And refs got to relearn all these laws. Every year they change. So the handball rule has changed about 100 times in the last 3-4 years. Is the player's arm by his side? Is it in a natural position? Did he raise his arm? Did the ball strike his arm, preventing a goal? Did he put his arm back down, preventing a goal? Did he move his arm into a natural position? And while that was being moved, is that therefore handball? Like, that's changing all the time. Handball used to be, if it's your hand, it's handball. Now there's different interpretations, different varieties of it. It's ridiculous. Handball should be handball. It's simple. Is it intentional? Yes. Is his arm in a natural position? Yes. There we are. Handball. Not his arm was coming down to a natural position, therefore it was leaving a natural, therefore it is it's ridiculous things like that. It's just changing it all the time. It's just disappointing when you see the standard is so poor, and whoever's in charge, is it Howard Webb? No, he'll take credit now for only 13 VAR mistakes happened this season. That's still a lot, like. And it might be 14 the year before, but still ridiculous. I don't know if Rob's gone, is he?
Do you hear me?
I can hear you. You're back, yeah?
Yeah, sorry.
That's right.
No, I know they say 13 like that. Like, oh, what a great achievement. Well done. Only 13 mistakes so far this season. We're only in just start of Feb, mind. And that's about the other ones probably were faults that they've not counted as faults. This is what I want to get at. And it's a two-pointer to this, because this is not the second part of my point. Is not something we're going to start talking about tonight. Maybe one for another. We could do another show on, mate, when we don't have a guest. The over-analyzing of the games. Everything is so technical now from a refereeing standpoint, the rules and things like that. But I'd argue as well. It's like being ref by robots. I think I'd argue that the certain way of playing is almost somewhat robotic as well now, where every pass is
pre-planned,
choreographed to a T, isn't it? And it's taken away the human side of it almost. I mean, I think this would be a good one, maybe, mate, for us to have a good conversation about. Maybe next time we have a show, we haven't got a guest. Modern football. I think that'll be a good topic for us all. But yeah, because I think that's something which is apparent now. and you see it, obviously the influence of the higher managers and things like that. You see that trickling down through the leagues, don't you?
Yeah.
It's not just a case of smashing. I'm not saying be over the top physical and hurting people or whatever, but where's the long shots and things like that? Just having a go and just. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old school now, and even at 37 years of age.
You play Ruben, right? 12, 13 years ago, right? His stats would be insane. Because players like Tomlin thrived because there was freedom and creativity, and they relied on intelligence of the strikers to make runs and put the balls into them. Now that's taken up to them. Now it's don't make that run. You need to drop deep here to bring the defender out. To put the wide man further wide. Once he gets the ball there, you need to stand here. Like even Craig said himself, footballers not lack intelligence, but they've had their own personal intelligence removed from the game. When now everything is preordained. If the ball is here, you need to be here. Don't do this, don't do that. Do this, this, and this. But back in the day, it was, I got pace. I had to get in by the defender, put a ball through for me. I'll go on the end of it and I'll score. Now that's gone, and I just think football's becoming too robotic, like you said in the comments, too robotic.
Yeah, I think we won't delve too much into that because I think that might be a good little topic for us, mate, for the next show we can do. I like doing things like this. It's a bit different today because I know it's good to have the Cardiff talk and stuff, but there's enough of that throughout the week anyway with Si and everybody else. So, what was I going to say? Any news on Bagan? Were we aware of anything with that?
Didn't know what things are. Oh, is it just the contract? Is it? That's probably going to be sorted out in the next month or two. I will. Again, they know the club are like when it comes to these sort of things. They're very slow before they announce anything. So I won't expect it until about March probably.
Do we know, slowly wrapping up then, guys, only a little quick and short one tonight. Do we know any update yet on Salic and Ruben yet? I know Ruben's back on grass, isn't he? He's been back on grass for a little while now.
Yeah.
Are we aware of a return date yet? Does anyone know?
So, with regards to Ruben, back on grass, could mean a variety of things. It might just mean he's back doing simple things on the pitch and he's on no contact, should we say, which means no tackling for a bit. So it might be, again, he might have a great week now and he might come back. He might get 20 minutes in for the Wimbledon game in the midweek next week. With Salic, because it was a head injury, he's out for 2 weeks regardless. Concussion rules. I think that
up then this Saturday.
So he might be back this Saturday. He might, if he's still suffering from a little bit of pain, maybe he doesn't come in straight away. He might be on the bench. I might get 20 minutes just to see how he gets on. And I might go with Kellerman again, but he should be coming back shortly.
I like Kellyman in that position, mate.
I do.
I gotta be honest. That's like, and this is not me going at Ruben at all or anything like that, but he's like the false nine I wanted Ruben to be doing whenever he's done it. I think it just comes a little bit more natural. It just is what it is, isn't it? It comes a bit more natural to Kellyman. He's probably done it at previous clubs and things like that, but it works, mate. It does work. I like that as an option. Really big fan of that. But I'm almost reluctant to fall too much in love with it as always because we've been a loan signing and all. We all know we're going to get heartbroken eventually. But would you? And that's a great point from Lewis in a second now as well. To wrap us up before the end. Would if the option come about, would you take Kellyman on loan again next season in the Championship?
Yeah, if it's right. So right now, yes, I would. However, I say this all the time. It all depends on what's available in the summer. Because again, come the summer, right, you might find the next best thing is available that no one else has found yet. Like you might end up bringing in 3 or 4 players that are going to transform the team, and you think maybe if we get their wages in, that covers the wages of one other player. So it all depends on who's available. But right now, yes, I would, hands down, straight away. He can play right wing, left wing, 10, the 9. So versatile. That's exactly what we've been needing.
Yeah, I agree. I like him a lot. I not so much from the wing, but 10 false 9. That's his go-to for me. He is decent on the wing, don't get me wrong, because he obviously cuts inside and stuff, but he's not an out-and-out winger, is he? He's not like an Ollie Tanner who run down the wing and cross it in, etc., who's been outstanding again, by the way. Another couple of assists on the weekend, so massive credit to Ollie. One thing I do want to say as well, not 100% sure if we're allowed, but big shout out to all things Bluebirds on the Facebook page. At the moment, currently selling Soul Bamba stickers for in awareness for lymphoma disease. Just ordered mine today as well. Seems crazy, like buying a sticker, but I love Soul, love the cause, and that's going to go great on my my work laptop. So can't wait to have that. So highly recommend them, guys. For those of you on Facebook, check them out. All things Bluebirds. I know Si's a friend of them, in fairness as well, isn't he? So I'm sure you won't mind. But so it's all for a good cause. I'm not sure how many they do have in stock, but great cause, great man, and I can't wait to get that on me laptop.
They're also Instagram as well, so give them a follow as well, guys.
There we are. Happy days.
Great cause, like.
And the social media channels are available. And yeah, this one from Lewis. It is, mate. It is, and like I said, this is one. This can roll and roll. I think, mate. I think we've got our next show when we don't have a guest covered with the XG bullshit and all that crap. There's just so many things with it. But yeah, we'll cover that one back off soon. Jono says Ruben back to full training, but not due back yet. Lola back today. Sarge may be in contention. Evening May watching Hearts Hibs 0-0, 32 minutes. Evening Joan, hope you're well. They're not linesmen anymore. More assistant referees. Their role has been 100%. Yeah, I agree, mate. I do agree. I'm loving it. I'm loving the Caliman position at the minute. I think it did irritate me that the double back heel mind on Saturday. That drove me around a bit. Was it Willett then Kellyman? I can't remember. I know it was Kellyman second, but it was somebody else, wasn't it? It was a back heel, and but yeah, that was I got on my nerves, but it is what it is.
Just offer something to fill up top, you.
Yeah, I'm not even going to entertain that one.
I like Ian Wright, don't lie. I think Ian Wright's a great commentator, and what he's done for the women's game is massive, to be fair to him. He's done more to promote the women's game than she has, in my opinion. So, and again, there's fantastic female pundits out there. Karen Carney, Alex Scott, Jill Scott does a lot of great stuff. You can look at Gabby Logan doing match day and stuff as well. You know, there's plenty out there, so it's... Yes.
Yeah, we won't cover that anymore, other than that. Right, everyone. Willock can't even double back here. A fair play. Do you know what? I have my doubts on Willock. I think everybody's aware of that. I put him in the Callum Grant territory of not a big fan on that wing. And I tell you what, mate, he's literally put some belief in me, in fairness. And I think he's probably one of the first names on the team sheet at the moment. So, fair play. On that note, it is going to come to an end now, guys. I know it was only a short and sweet one. It's the midweek game next week, isn't it? So I don't know what the crack is.
I'm at the midweek game next week. No guest, but there's a guest the 24th. The week after, there's a guest.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. I told him it. I did tell you.
You tell me a lot of things. I'm sure we'll be back sometime next week, or maybe we'll do a Patreon show or something or other, and do the football life right now, etc. But I'm keen to talk about that one, actually. I think that's a good little nugget to get into for more than half hour. But thank you all for joining. Apologies about the late access. Reese, my pleasure as always. Enjoy your steak, bake, corned beef pasty, pie, cream, donut, and whatever else you got from Greg's. Good night, God bless, and about my friends.
This channel is powered by an incredible membership community on Cardiff City World and patreon.com/AcePodcastNation. Becoming a member unlocks exclusive rewards from early access to live event tickets, bonus content, and even the occasional inside transfer scoop when we get it. But more importantly, it allows us to bring you top quality Cardiff City content 7 days a week. Across those 7 days, we're talking match previews, exclusive interviews, instant match reactions, the breakdown podcast, tactical deep dives, the spotlight series, Bluebirds Rewind, Academy Focus, and just so much more. Led by myself, backed by an army of passionate Cardiff City fans, this is content created by fans for fans. Balanced, professional, and 100% all about the club we all love. If you enjoy what we do, then join the community today and support what we are doing as we help to keep Cardiff City World flying high.